Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 6th of May 2025. In today's Millwall news, we shall start off with this from the Southwark news. Millwall striker nominated for PFA Championship Fans Player of the Month for April. That's a mouthful. Ivanovic has been nominated, I have to say it again, for the PFA Championship Fans. Why has that got apostrophe? Fans Player of the Month award for April. Ivanovic scored 5 times in 6 games. Wow! Including braces against Portsmouth and Norwich City. He also netted against Blackburn Rovers. In his first season in English football, the Serbian striker finished the campaign as the club's top scorer with 13 goals in all competitions. The 20-year-old is up against Josh Brownhill, Todd Cantwell, Harry Darling, Tyrese Dolan and Manuel Solomon. Voting closes at 11:59pm on Thursday, May the 8th. So, yeah, apparently there's some kind of website that you need to go to vote, but they don't link it here. So, good luck with that. PFA, I guess you go to the... I think if you go to Mill's website, they have the story as well, and they have the link, probably. I don't know, I'm guessing. But it's one of these ones where you vote, so it's just who gets the most votes, isn't it? It doesn't, like, in a way, they can always cheese that kind of stuff. Whereas if it's like a panel of like 4 ex-professionals and they pick like the manager of the month, the EFL manager of the month, in my opinion, that's got kind of more validity to it, really. So, yeah. Also from the southernnews.co.uk, Burnley defeat will make Mill stronger and reveals Alex Neil's post-match message. And this is Ryan Leonard. They have interviewed Ryan Leonard. Ryan Leonard believes Mill will emerge stronger from their final day defeat to Burnley. Mill headed to Turf Moor needed, yeah, we know all this, a win to have a chance of making the playoffs and took an early lead after Ivanovic turned in George Honeyman's cross. However, the Clarets answered back quickly, equalising within seconds of the restart. In the second half, they peppered George Evans' goal with efforts before eventually taking a lead when Jayden Anthony finished CJ Egan-Riley's long free kick forward. Josh Brown will then put the result beyond doubt with an injury time free kick, his second of the game. While Leeds narrowly pipped Burnley to the title on goal difference, the Clarets ended the campaign on 100 points and unbeaten at home. And I've heard it said, I don't know, but that is the first time that a team has got 100 points in the Championship and not finished first. So the first time that a team has finished second with 100 or more points. Apparently, I don't know. The Lions Millwall finished 8th, 2 points behind 6th place Bristol City. Leonard thinks the club is well poised to contend for the playoffs again next season. The club have recruited really well, Leonard said following the loss at Turf Moor. We've got a really good group of senior players. We've got a really good group of young players in the football club. We've got a really strong positive mix in terms of the squad. We just want to enjoy the summer now, have a bit of a rest and come back in June and be ready for the gaffer for pre-season and give it a right go next year. We're going to come back and we'll be better again. We'll be better for today, at the moment. We're all hurting after the game, but I think when we all sit down and look at the season as a whole, we'll take real positives. We'll take bits that we know we certainly can improve on, and we'll go again and we'll be stronger for this experience, definitely. The fact that the Lions are even in contention on the final day is impressive in itself. Alex Neil was appointed Mill boss on December the 30th and his side sat in 17th as recently as January the 21st when a 2-2 draw at home against Cardiff City left them just 6 points above the drop zone. 11 wins in their next 18 games saw Mill draw level with their playoff rivals before falling just short at Turf Moor. There's something that the gaffer said in the changing room after the game. He said, we can be proud and it's a building block going into next year. The gaffer's only been around for a few months, so if he can have a good summer and have a really good pre-season, it'll be another couple of months working under the manager, and hopefully next year we can push on even further. And that's the aim of the football club, and that's what we want to do. Being here today, it's enjoyable to actually see what it's about. It's something we can strive towards, and we can try and build on and be better for next year. Several Millwall players watched Burnley celebrations before heading to the team coach, which Leonard believes will serve as useful motivation for the team. It's quite important to, one, respect what Burnley have done this year, and two, just to look at what they've achieved and kind of be a little bit jealous and to think, right, we want to achieve this. And I think it's quite important to stand here and watch what they've achieved, and hopefully we can strive for that next year. Well, that's nice, isn't it? You've got loads of Millwall players sitting on the coach, and 3 or 4 of them are still on the pitch watching Burnley celebrations. Oh my God, come on, get on the coach. What are you waiting for? Now, second part of the Ryan Leonard interview from southwarknews.co.uk. I could hear our fans over there as Leonard hails Millwall support following Burnley defeat. Yeah, they were very subdued. It was like a library, wasn't it? It was not only was it that one, another one was it Sunderland. Sunderland as well. They made no noise at all. It's so shocking that they don't make any noise. It's just weird. So Ryan Leonard thanked Millwall fans for their support after 2,283 fans made the trip to Turf Moor on the final day of the season as the Lions lost 3-1 to Burnley. The away end gave the players and coaching staff a resounding applause after the game, and Leonard credited the fans for their commitment throughout the season. I'm going to say, amazing from the fans as well, for the 2,000 odd travelling up here today. Leonard said, I think even when they scored the third goal, I could hear our fans over there, and they were incredible from the first minute to the last minute, and full shout out to them for the travelling numbers that they did. They've travelled to 23 away games this year, and it's not cheap. Travel expenses coming to the game in this day and age, to be able to spend that money for away games to come and watch us is incredible from them. On behalf of all the players, I just want to thank them. They've come up and down the country for a whole 9 months now, and they haven't stopped singing, and they haven't stopped getting behind the lads, and they've been incredible at home, and especially today, they've been incredible away from home as well. I think I heard somewhere that crowd of 2,283 was our highest away attendance of the season. I believe that's true, because obviously you would think, well, what about maybe the league, maybe Crystal Palace might have been more, but I don't think they gave us that many tickets, even though they should have done. Because the rules in the FA Cup is the rules in the FA Cup, but you know what they do. It's Millwall. We can bend the rules and not do what we have to do because it's Millwall, so we can fuck them over. But I believe that is the highest away attendance that we had. Not only that, but I've seen quite a few posts as well from Burnley fans saying that the Millwall fans were fantastic. That the noise that they made, it was really good atmosphere. That we were the best set. Obviously, because they won the game. If they lost the game, they wouldn't say they would be spitting daggers. But because they won the game, they can be magnanimous. Magnus Magnanimous. So yeah, there's a lot of Burnley fans saying we were the Millwall fans were decent bunch, shall we say. Now, we have some contract news. It started to seep out because obviously I think that maybe the under-21 players have been told first, and some of them have made comments on their Instagram. So we got this. This is again from southwarknews.co.uk. Under-21 striker Henry Hearn to leave Millwall. Henry Hearn has announced he is leaving Millwall at the end of the season. The striker announced on Instagram earlier today that his time at the club has come to an end after nearly 10 years. Hearn joined the Lions at the under-12s level and was offered a professional deal in the summer of 2023. So 2 years he's had as a pro at Millwall. The 20-year-old spent 2 seasons with the under-21s before joining National League side Southside Hornchurch FC on an initial short-time loan in November, before it was extended until the end of the season in March. per Hornchurch's website, Hearn has scored 8 goals in 17 appearances for the Urchins. He could have had more, but he got injured, so seemed to be doing quite well there. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to go back there or what he's going to do, but so he's gone. He's obviously 20-year-old. Is he going to be 21 this year? So obviously it's an under 21s. If you're not under 21, then you're not in the first team. Yeah, it's time to leave. So there you go. There's one gone, and now we may have another one. Now we've got this. This is from wokinfc.co.uk. A lot of clubs doing this now because obviously the fans are impatient. They can't wait. They want the lists now. So what we've got, well, I guess it helps the players in a way if other managers and clubs can see that they're available. But so Woking FC's 24-25 retained and released list. So they published it, and on it now, Millwall under 21 player Chinwike Okoli is on loan at Woking. But as we go down, so it says the following players will leave their club when their contracts run out at the end of the season. The club has taken up options on the following players. The following players have been offered new deals in advance of the expiry of their current contracts. And in this list is Will Jaskalainen, Dan Moss, former Millwall under 21, Tariq Hines, Tunji Akinola, Matt Ward, Chinwike Okoli, and Aidan O'Brien, former Millwall and Republic of Ireland international, who had a very interesting season because he kept Woking up, keep Woking up from relegation to the National League South, and he also played in the summer for Irish team Shelbourne and won the trophy there. So not bad. But Chinokoli. So Woking are telling us that they have offered a contract to Chinokoli because his contract is expiring. We contracted to Millwall. So, obviously, does that mean that Millwall have released him? Or does that mean... It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means maybe the thing like I've been... It's doing my head in that, we've got all these players who are out of contract, and they haven't sorted any of the contracts out yet. I'm of the mind that they're gonna literally let everyone go for some reason, and then try and bring in another Ivanovic, another whatever, They're just going to bring in all these players to replace them, because it's kind of mad that they're not even talking about new contracts. Like we've seen with the interviews, like Billy Mitchell's like, yeah, no one's even discussed it with me yet. Yeah, and he's like, oh, they'll get sorted at the end of the season. So it could be that Woking are trying to, maybe they offered him a contract because his contract's up at Millwall. And maybe Millwall may or may not offer him a contract. But, he is another one that I think he's turning 21. So if you're in the under 21s and you're not under 21, it's time to move on. And, he's been playing quite well at Woking, clearly, because, they've offered him a contract. So that may be another one about to leave. And if we go, the following players have returned to their parent clubs following the conclusion of their loans. And on that list is Shamar Lawson, another Millwall under 21 player who is on loan at them. So does that mean he's still contracted to Millwall, or they just not interested in offering him a contract? I don't know. But this was put up at 6 p.m. So obviously I don't know if they've if Chinokoli wants that out there, but it's out there. So yeah, but this is what they do now. Everyone needs to know what's happening right away. And there aren't that many clubs that have done this so far in the Football League. This, you may know this if you've been a long time viewer of the club. This is footballfragmento.wordpress.com. It's a blog, and some guy, I don't know if he's got his name on it, he hasn't, Release players summer 2025. So, as we just seen from Woking retained and release list, this guy goes through all of them because they get published, obviously, on the club's websites, and then BBC or whatever pick it up. In the Premier League, it's just individual players who've said, yeah, I'm leaving at the end of the season when my contracts are. So far, Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, he's already... and then when it puts the club next to it in brackets, that's who they've already agreed to play for. So Jamie Vardy, obviously, he's leaving Leicester. And he said he wants another Premier League club. I'm not sure about that. I don't think he wants to play in the Championship, though, because Leicester now are in the Championship, so he doesn't want to play against them. De Bruyne has said he's leaving. But in the Championship, so far, all we've got is Norwich, and that's not a full list. That's just, I think, the big ones in the first team. These are like Angus Gunn, who is like, he's a son of a former Norwich player. And, he's just... I don't think he's too happy with what's going on at the club, and he's just run his contract down and he wants to leave. Stoke City, now obviously, what's his name? Alex Neil was manager at Stoke City, so he may know some of these players. Is he interested in getting them? Obviously, he'll have to persuade, I guess, Steve Gallen that they might be worth it, but these are players that have been released. Jordan Thompson, Lyndon Gooch, Michael Rose, Ender Stevens. And these are the players who have been offered new contracts. So that means, if they've been offered new contracts, that means they will also be out of contract. So you may compete with them and offer them a contract of your own if you want to, So that's it. We've literally got 2 clubs in the Championship that have done that so far. So waiting for Millwall's one, which would be interesting. Like I say, who are we? We've got all these players out of contract, big players. So Saville, apparently, Cooper's apparently as well. Ones that we expect to leave will be Murray Wallace and Hutchinson. Although I think Murray Wallace is injured at the moment, so I'm not sure how that works. I think PFA rules here, you have to give them a contract that will cover them from their injury, so that they can get fit and then come back. And as soon as they're back, you can just let them go. But even going down, obviously, I don't think we'll be looking at any of these players, League One players. Names that we've probably been linked with in the past: Romain Sawyers, Grant Ward, Scott Sinclair. Still got these players still going. Oliver Norburn, Jake Daniels, not Jack Daniels. CZ. Not a lot. Not a lot of teams have published this yet. Huddersfield, Josh Koroma. Clearly, I think we're beyond that now. I think we're in a new level now. So yeah. This one though, Kwame Poku. Obviously, he's not going to be on a free because I think there's compensation. But he's one who is a decent player. So if his contract's up, but so they've let him go, but they didn't offer him any contract. Well, maybe they did, and he's just turned it down flat and said, "Yeah, no, I'm leaving at the end of the season." Kwame Poku, been linked with him a couple of times, so that will be interesting. So yeah, like I said, Football Fragmento. I'll be sharing this quite often over the summer. Now, I'm going to finish on this. Just a little reminder, tomorrow, Wednesday the 7th of May, coffee morning, in memory of Ted Wilding. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Millwall Football Club's coffee morning on Wednesday will take place in memory of Ted Wilding. Ted, the club's lead historian, sadly passed away last July at the age of 83, with this particular event taking place on what would have been his 84th birthday. The Lions coffee morning takes place at the Den between 10 a.m. and 12 midday. Please come on down and celebrate the life of a wonderful man. And there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.